Okay, so we're going to talk about the Valsalva Maneuver, which is really just a strategy to generate max intra-abdominal pressure to help stabilize and create a little bit more oomph under the barbell for really heavy lifts. Typically, that's recommended somewhere between like 75 and 80 to 85% of your 1 rep max. But what we see is a lot of people who Valsalva for everything that they do. It's not just for high volume or high load reps. It's for, a lot of them use it for everything. So we know we have to match the demand to the strategy used. And so when an athlete is going to lift a really heavy load, they're going to need to hold their breath to generate the best lift. To do that, however, sometimes we see this. And that tendency presses my pressure straight out into my midline and really thrusts my rib cage up. Another tendency that we see is that sort of inhale and set, brace down into my pelvic floor is another tendency that we see a lot in lifters when they go and do the Valsalva maneuver. So in order to kind of meet them where they are and introduce a new way of doing things, in order to accomplish the same kind of goal, which is to be able to hold their breath under a heavy load, you can have them Valsalva just differently, do something different. So what I have my athletes do and what I do myself is more of a distributed breath where I'm inhaling into my rib cage and I'm not going out, I'm not setting down, and it's a lot more of a gentle inhale prior to the squat. So this is what it looks like. And then go down into that squat. So instead of being exaggerated out or set and exaggerated down, a bearing down tendency, we distribute that breath in that core canister and then perform the squat. Is this done when somebody is experiencing a lot of pelvic floor symptoms, when they're peeing out of the bottom of a squat, when they're managing prolapse and they haven't built to this capacity? No, we have to make sure that they are ready, that they have trained up to this point, that they're managing their symptoms really well, and that they have also built confidence getting to this point. This is not something that we have people do in pregnancy, and it's something that we have to have our athletes build to in the postpartum chapter.